What is up, everyone? It is United Weather here with another weather forecast video. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the possibility of our first major winter storm of the year, as well as the possibility of our first shot of Arctic air for many of you, which I know a lot of you guys love. So make sure to stick around and watch the entire video for when we go over that. So first things first here, we are looking at the GFS model. So this is pretty much what it looks like right now. This is 8 a.m. this morning, which is the time I'm recording this video. As you can see, relatively quiet. You did have this system up here in the northeast, which created some problems last night. We had some flooding, not too much severe weather, but it definitely was noticeable in the northeast, and that will continue today throughout parts of New England. Through this afternoon, you guys will be getting in on some of that severe weather as well, but that's not what we're talking about for this video. So what we're going to go ahead now is skip a little bit further ahead really quickly. This is Here we go. This is September 26th, which, if you don't know when this is basically 2 weeks from now, right? So obviously this is still pretty far out. And I just want to point out, don't don't pay any attention to what's down here. Just scribble that out for now. But as you can see, it looks like there's some snow here in the northern plains. So just bring it back a little. You see, you have your first system up here. This pulls some cold air into places like the northeast. We'll talk about that in a second once we talk about the colder air. But once that moves out of the way, you have another kind of trough that digs into the northern plains and brings some snow. This is a classic setup here that we usually have during this time of year, where you have this really cold air mass that brings along some snow on the front edge of it. Now, keep in mind, this is still pretty far out, so this could definitely change. But as you see, this is September 26th. You already have some rain and some mixed snow here in portions of the northern plains. And if we move ahead a little bit further, this is September 27th, early in the morning. You can see once the kind of back edge of that comes through the northern plains, you have this big area of snow here. Now, obviously, this won't exactly set up like this. There is still a lot of time for this to change, obviously, but it has been something that the models have been hinting at for quite a while now. And, this is the end of September, so it would be believable if we do end up getting a snowstorm here. It would be early, obviously, but it's not impossible. So it's definitely something to keep in mind. Now, moving ahead a little bit further here, you can see it does end up moving further to the east and eventually ends up into the southern areas of Canada. Now, once again, this is not exactly 100% accurate. Obviously, this is going to change, but it is definitely looking like a promising sign here for a good snowstorm to impact the northern plains during the end of September. So if we zoom out a little bit further here, we can take a look at the entire North America view. So once again, like I said, you have this air mass here, which is actually some Arctic air, like I said, and this is going to kind of dip down. Let me actually change the view here for you guys so you can get a better look at this. That's not what I wanted. Where is it exactly? Here we go. So you have your Arctic air right here, and it kind of dips down into North America. And as you can see, this is what brings your kind of um, snow and your cold air. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to kind of just sit there for a while. I think eventually it will move into the northeast. Obviously, the model does not go out that far enough yet. And obviously, this is not exactly how it's going to be set up. But like I said, it does look pretty promising. So you guys are definitely going to be seeing some Arctic air coming down here, because you see it originates up here from northern Canada, and kind of slowly moves its way down into the northern plains and eventually moving into the eastern United States. Now, the cold air I was talking about before that is not Arctic air. It is, I'm pretty sure it looks like it originated from Alaska, right? So you can see it right here. I will highlight it for you guys. You can see this right here, and eventually it does move down into the northeastern United States and brings a cold shot of air towards the end of next week, I believe this is. So once again, still far out. This isn't as far out as the other storm I pointed out, which is obviously a good thing because this is more certain that this will happen, that the northeast will get a cold shot there. Now, in terms of actual temperatures from this, we can go ahead and check out the anomalies first here. And as you can see, it looks pretty cold. You have this really warm air mass that comes in at the end of it, which we'll talk about in a second once again. But, it doesn't reach as far down as previous model runs were showing. We could actually zoom out even further here. Let's go back to North America and take a look. Oh, that's not North America. Let's go back to North America here and take a look at the temperatures. So, It's not as deep as previous model runs had it. As you can see, it's still kind of sitting up there in southern Canada. Now, keep in mind, this is 200 hours out. If this pushes a little further south into the actual heart of the Northeast, we could definitely be seeing maybe some freezing temperatures in portions of New England, Vermont, Maine, areas like that. You guys could definitely be seeing some freezing temperatures. Now, in terms of exact temperatures, if we go back ahead and zoom in on the Northeast here, as you can see, right now it is looking like you guys are going to be getting some temperatures. Looks like the lower 40s in the northern New England areas. But once again, even dipping it actually into the upper 30s here, according to the GFS model. But, like I said, this is still pretty far out, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on as we go into the next upcoming weeks. Now, with that being said, we're going to go ahead one more time, zoom out, and play you guys the entire loop here just to show you guys what we're going to deal with over the next few days, or a few weeks rather, sorry. So this is what we're looking at right now. You have your system here. This is what's giving the Northeast some flooding and severe weather on the front edge of the system. This is going to cause some, pretty cold, below average temperatures for the Northeast over the next few days and for the remainder of this week. And then you have this high pressure, which kind of digs in. That's pretty much going to, it'll be pretty quiet over the central and northern United States. And then you can see you have another low pressure system here entering the western United States, and this is going to kind of just sit off the western coast. This could cause some rain for places like California, much of the west coast. We will talk about that probably in another video, but we're definitely going to be seeing some rain here with that system sitting off the coast. And then you have your kind of blast of cold air here, which is going to impact the Northeast once again later into next week. This is September 22nd. Obviously, the time is in the top of the screen. So this will be impacting the Northeast, and then you have your another high pressure, and then you finally have what hopefully will be our first snowstorm of the year. I'm not going to say major snowstorm because obviously it's still pretty far out. But you see it comes down from Canada, dips down into the northern plains, and we'll have to watch that very closely. Now, after that, it doesn't really look like there will be much happening. Maybe the system here slides across to the east. Maybe this high pressure slides down to the west. We don't really know. Typically, it does tend to be pretty quiet after you have something like this go through. And obviously, I'm sure you guys are looking at this right now. You have your kind of tropical system down here, which we'll talk about in another video later this week, because that's obviously really far out. We don't want to go into that yet. But yeah, so it looks like we definitely have to watch this in the upcoming weeks. And with that being said, that is pretty much it for the video. If you guys did enjoy it, remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and peace out.